Hey, I'm Kayleigh, and in this video, I'm walking you through a practical framework for running a high-performing audit. We're covering the fundamentals, the 6-step process, and how the right technology can completely transform what's possible for your business. Let's get into it. This is the core of this video, a 6-step framework for running a high-performing audit. Step 1, identify the hazards. Start broad. Before you can manage risk, you need to know where it lives. Look across your operations, your people, your customer experience, your brand standards, your equipment. What could cause harm? What could go wrong? At this stage, don't filter. Don't prioritize, just capture. The goal is a complete picture, not a tidy one. Step 2, analyze each risk. Now you go deeper. For every hazard you've identified, ask 3 questions. How likely is this to happen? How serious would the consequences be? And how often could it occur? Use a scoring matrix if you have one. It doesn't need to be complicated. This is where you move from spotting problems to actually understanding them. Step 3, prioritize ruthlessly. Your risk analysis should give you a clear ranking. This is how you allocate resources effectively. It's how your team knows what to focus on first. And it's how leadership can be confident that the biggest risks aren't being overlooked in favor of easier ones. Step 4, implement controls. Now you act. Put the right measures in place and critically assign ownership. Every action needs a named person responsible for it, a clear deadline, and a way of tracking whether it's been completed. This is where so many audit processes fall apart. The issue is identified, everyone nods, and then nothing happens because nobody knew whose job it was. Step 5, document everything. I cannot stress this enough. If it isn't documented, it didn't happen. Not in the eyes of a regulator, not in the eyes of an auditor. Every hazard identified, every risk scored, every action taken, it all needs to be recorded. Time-stamped, attributable. Stored somewhere it can be retrieved quickly when it's needed. You're not only expected to do what's reasonable, you're expected to show how you did it. Step 6, review regularly. A risk assessment is not a one-off event. Regulations change, your operations evolve, new hazards emerge, staff turnover. Your process needs to keep pace with all of that. Set a re-evaluation date, build in annual reviews as a minimum. Sooner if your operation changes significantly, or you take on new types of work, or new guidance comes out. That's the framework, 6 steps. And when you follow them consistently, compliance stops being stressful and starts being a genuine competitive advantage. Now let's talk about where most organizations are leaving serious value on the table. They have the framework, they understand the steps, but they're still running the whole thing manually. Paper forms, shared spreadsheets, email chains for follow-ups. And here's the thing, manual systems have a ceiling. Scoring becomes inconsistent between auditors. Data sits in silos across different teams and locations. Reporting is slow, and by the time leadership has a clear picture of what's happening, it's already out of date. Most compliance stress comes from 3 gaps. First, the time it takes. Even when you're organized, it takes time. That's why the right tools matter. Second, staff consistency. Your frontline teams need to know what to look for and what to do. And training only counts if you can prove it happened. You need a record of who was trained, when, and on what. Third, evidence. You're not just expected to act, you're expected to show you acted. What you assessed, what you changed, what you decided not to do, and why. And when you're reviewing it. When risk assessments live in one folder, training records in another, and incident logs somewhere else entirely. You create gaps, and when scrutiny arrives, you're scrambling. A digital audit platform changes all of that. This is exactly the problem we set out to solve at Surfirst. And it's why we built our audit app the way we did. Every audit we build is designed specifically for the client. Before we build anything, we sit down and look at what you're already doing. The health and safety audits you already run. The compliance checks your teams already complete. The standards you're already measuring against. And we build the app around that. So when it goes live, it isn't a foreign system that your team has to learn from scratch. It's a smarter, faster, more connected version of what they already do. The learning curve is minimal. Adoption happens quickly, and the quality of data you capture improves immediately. Every audit completed through the app feeds into a centralized real-time dashboard. Whether you're a site manager, a regional director, or sitting in a head office overseeing 50 locations, you have a live view of what's happening across your entire operation. Audit completion rates, risk scores, outstanding actions, compliance trends over time, all of it visible in one place, updated in real time. And AI isn't just displaying the data, it's actively working through it. If an audit flags a health and safety concern, the platform raises it immediately before it can escalate. If a pattern starts to emerge across multiple sites, the system surfaces it. If a risk score spikes in a particular location, the right people are notified straight away. Think about what that means in practice. Instead of finding out a compliance problem at the end of the month when the reports land, you know about it the same day it's identified. So, to bring it all together, know the difference between risk assessment and risk analysis, and make sure both are working together in your process. Follow the 6-step framework consistently. Document everything, review regularly. And if any part of your current process is still running on paper or spreadsheets, ask yourself honestly, is that working as well as it needs to? Because the cost of getting compliance wrong isn't just a regulatory fine, it's your people, your reputation, and your customers. If you want to find out more about the Serve First Audit app, how we build it specifically around your existing audits, your health and safety processes, and your compliance needs, the link is in the description. We'd love to show you what it looks like in practice. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. We're putting out content on operational performance, compliance, and what it actually takes to run a well-prepared business.